everyone, it is Lisa from Stop, Drop, and Knit. And today I'm going to bring you something a little bit different because we are having a ton of snow outside here in New York on the East Coast of the United States. Owen and I thought it would be a really fun experiment to play with snow dyeing some yarn. What I have here is I have one skein of a blank undyed Cascade 220. I have 3 different flavors of Kool Aid. I had 2 packets each of the red, 2 packets of the yellow, and I did have 2 packets of the blue fruit punch Kool Aid, except Owen insisted that I whip him up some Kool Aid. So for this experiment, I've got 2 cherries, 2 lemonades, and only 1 fruit punch because I had to sacrifice a packet to the 6-year-old child. I guess that's understandable on a snow day. So I'm going to film this in multiple stages today because this is going to be a very slow process. The very first step is that I need to get this yarn soaked and saturated in some very cold water. I do not need to do anything to pre-treat the yarn because the Kool Aid contains all the citric acid we need to set the color onto the yarn. I have never actually dyed yarn with Kool Aid before, so this is a first for me. I have also never ice dyed or snow dyed before, so this is first for everyone all around. I'm gonna go ahead and get this yarn soaking, and I'm gonna let that sit for about half an hour until it's been fully saturated, and then I'll come back in and we will do the next steps on video together. Okay.
Hi, I'm Owen, and I want to show you the experiment with doing the soaking yarn thing.
So, all right, so what we're doing now we've got Kool Aid lips, right? Show everyone your Kool Aid lips. Say he, I've got Kool Aid lips. All right, so what I've done now is the yarn has soaked for half an hour, and so I took like a wire rack and I laid it on top of the bin just to help catch some of the dye as it runs off. So now we had Daddy collect us a bucket of snow, and Owen is now going to cover the yarn with the snow. So what you want to do now is we're going to sprinkle it all over, but we want to cover as much, we want to get as much color on there as possible. So don't just dump it all in a big glob, but you might want to, can I start for you?
Yeah, you can start.
And I'll just show you, you might want to do like a little sprinkly, and then, so you see how I'm going nice and slow? Now our Kool Aid expired a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah?
So it's a little bit not as powdery as it should be. So, but I think that the reds, and you don't want to dump it, okay? So now you've got Tropical Punch. So you want to, all right, so that's all of that color that we have, right? Now, we want to make sure that we cover as much as possible. I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit over here. At least there's a lot of this one. And how about you take the red one and you sprinkle as much as you can of that over there.
No, I want to.
I'll let you do that one too. I will. You just want to make sure that we cover. Otherwise, we're going to end up with spots on the yarn that are just white. Okay, so here's the rest of the yellow.
I can do some of
You can do some over there too, because you know what? It'll turn orange. And see if you see any white spots.
I always finish.
You finished the whole thing. Okay.
It's okay.
So now what you can do, since you've got gloves on, you see how there's some powder up here?
Mm-hmm.
Can you try to spread it out? Get as much of the snow colored as possible, okay? But don't cover the yellow now. Leave the yellow alone because we want that part to just be yellow.
Look at my hands.
I know. Here. And I'm going to just try to spread some of this around, okay? So I guess the moral of this story is try not to use expired Kool Aid because it clumps a little bit too much. So, you know, we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully, as the snow melts, the color will disperse a little bit more. But you know what? No matter what happens, I think it's going to be
I think we need a little bit more snow.
Pretty cool. Well, no, we want to have the snow on top. All right? We don't want... we want
I want to dry my fingers off.
We want the color on top of the snow is what we want for this. And now, this is the hard part, Ellen.
What?
The waiting. So now what we're going to do...
Hold on, before you spread it out.
And I'm going to pat... I've got some red now on my fingers. And I'm going to pat the snow over here. Because you know what?
Hold on. We still have a bit.
It's okay, because red and yellow make what color together?
Purple.
What?
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow make orange, right?
Yeah.
So if I get a little bit of that over there, that should be okay. So yeah, so we're just gonna, the hard part is now that we wait and we see what happens. Now what we're gonna do is we have to wait for all of that snow to melt. And then you know how it's gonna
taste it.
You can't taste it, that's gross. But
Hi.
all right, so while we wait for yarn and snow and all of that fun stuff,
I go over there.
we're gonna play in the snow. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, what's this?
What are you gonna play with?
No.
Ah!
We've been making this snowman. I thought it would need a little texture.
Texture.
So my daddy bought a carrot nose and 2 broccoli arms.
Yep. And then I just donated my
So
mittens.
the broccoli.
My mittens are there for the photo op, but I'm gonna need to take those back in a second.
Yeah, so
So this is one way to pass the time while you're waiting for the snow to melt and absorb the colors of the Kool Aid. All right, so it's now 1 hour later, and
the snow is finally got a little.
don't touch it. Don't eat it. Oh, what does it taste like?
It tastes like sour grams.
Gross. Okay, I wasn't planning for that to happen. You can see a little bit of the yarn peeking out of the corner there is starting to get colored, but we have an over-anxious 6-year-old wanting to eat things that he shouldn't eat. Okay, it's gonna be a slow process. Lots of snow needs to melt for this experiment to work, okay? Okay, so I am back and it is now about 3 hours after we started this experiment, and I don't know how well you can see, but we have a lot of color of melted snow inside that pan, and you can start to see more yarn and a little bit less snow. It even looks like all of the yellow is not even there anymore on this side. So it'll be really interesting. I'm guessing this is going to be mostly a pinkish reddish yarn since we had a lot of red in here. But this is where we're at so far. So we still have a lot more snow that needs to be melted before we can make any kind of determination on what this might look like. But yeah. There is another 1 minute update, and I will check in with you guys in another couple hours. Ooh.
We are back!
We're back. What's
And
going
you can
on?
see,
What's happened since last time you saw it?
it melted.
It has melted quite a bit, but has it melted all the way?
No.
No. So we do
Still
have
a
to let
while
it wait.
to go.
Yeah, but look, I was worried there wasn't going to be any yellow in there. But look, I see some yellow. Do you see some yellow?
Mm-hmm. I see some yellow right there.
Yeah. There's actually not that much snow left on it. So I bet while you're sleeping, the rest of the snow might melt. And then I might be able to finish this yarn up.
In the morning.
So what does it look like so far? What colors?
Red and pink and yellow and white.
Red and pink and yellow and white. Why do you think some of it's white?
Because we didn't cover those spots enough.
With the color? Yeah.
And all the snow made it melt away.
So you know what's happening is as the snow has melted, the color from the Kool Aid,
But the white seems quite nice.
yeah, it's kind of nice to have a little white in there.
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it?
It makes a good coloring over there.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see what this looks like soon. But I'm so excited that most of the that most of the snow has melted. Smell is what you say when you try to say snow and melt at the same time. You say smell. This is, what time is it now? It's 8:30 about. So this is about 5 hours later. Hello, everyone. Okay, it is now about, what I was saying, it's like 10:30 at night. So we started this project this afternoon around 3 o'clock. And so that is about 7 hours later. And we have melted snow. It looks like we have some dirt as well, some residue in there. So that will need a little bit of extra cleaning, I think. Okay, so the next step is I am going to wrap this skein of yarn up in some saran wrap and get it ready on a microwave safe dish. And we're going to heat set this in 1 minute increments on high in the microwave. And then once it's been, probably I'll do 1 minute at a time, 2 times, 3 times if I have to, but I'm hoping that only heating this yarn 2 times will be enough. And then I will wait for it to cool completely before rinsing it. So I'm gonna go get the saran wrap and I'll be back. Okay guys, so let's have a look and see what this kind of looks like here. Whoa. Right. And this always happens to me where my skein, even though it's nicely tied up, gets all kinds of mixed up. Which means I'm gonna have to be really careful with this. Oh no, I've got a big mess. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna plop this on the saran wrap here. And I'm gonna cover this a little bit like that. And I'm gonna cover, it like that. I'm gonna get one more piece of saran wrap. So I've got this covered pretty well. I'm gonna go throw this baby into the microwave for 1 minute. You know what this is kind of reminding me of, you guys? This is kind of reminding me of some ground beef. Don't you think? Yep, that's what I feel like it looks like. All right, so I'll check back in with you guys pretty soon. Okay guys, it just went through 1 minute on the microwave, and touching it, it just feels barely warm, so I'm gonna go throw it in for 1 more minute. Okay, and 2 minutes and we're warm, but we're not really so hot. So I think I'm gonna give it just 1 final minute and then we're gonna take it out. All right, guys. All right, so 3 times, and now this baby is pretty hot. I mean, I can still touch it, but I definitely don't want to heat this up anymore because I don't want to ruin the yarn. So I'm going to let this cool completely, and while it is cooling, I'm going to take a shower because even though Owen has a snow day tomorrow, Mommy has to teach on Zoom. So Mommy will have to be looking presentable tomorrow. So shower time it is for me. And I will check back in with you later, and once this is cooled, we'll be able to rinse it and see what kind of color we really have. Okay, guys, I'm happy to say it's looking a little bit less like ground beef. I was all set to name this yarn ground beef as the colorway, but it's actually, I don't know, maybe some peachy hues in there. So I've been letting it cool for maybe 2 hours. It is now maybe 1:45 in the morning and I am ready to go to bed. But before I do so, I want to give this a quick rinse. And I am going to give it a little bit of a wash. And what I use to wash my yarn is I just have some 7th generation free and clear laundry detergent. So there is absolutely no dyes or scents or anything like that in there. All right, so I'm just going to put a little detergent in here and kind of swish it around and get this really rinsed out. We do have some, I usually do this in a big Home Depot bucket, but for the sake of this video, I think this would be a little bit easier to see. So I don't want to agitate the yarn too much, but I don't see any color runoff, so that's a really good sign. So I'm just washing it with some soap. Actually, it's prettier than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know if Owen's really gonna want me to knit him anything out of this because it's pretty pink. But if he does, I totally will knit him something from this. So, yeah. Let's see here, lift this out. Look at that, there is like absolutely no runoff of color. So I'm just gonna continue rinsing this and then I'm gonna hang it to dry. And I am looking forward to showing you guys the finished yarn. Hopefully tomorrow, if it dries, maybe the day after, but very soon. All right, I'm headed to bed and that's all I've got for you until I show you the finished yarn. Okay, I am back and it is a little more than 24 hours later. I mean, it's 6:30 the next day, so kind of where we were mid-experiment yesterday. And the yarn is now dry. And check out this color. Now, I'm just in my bathroom here, so it's got whatever natural light was in the bathroom is totally covered up with the snow. So I'm just trying my best to shine the light on it because now it is actually dark outside. But it's kind of like a coral color, almost like a little bit of a sunset. It actually turned out prettier than I expected it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get whatever parts of this that are tangled up untangled, and then I'm gonna reskein it, and then I'm gonna post a picture of it when it is all skeined back up. This has been really fun. I think it turned out really nice. Hey guys, it's actually darker outside than I expected it to be for filming this little thing here, but yeah, so my yarn is all dried and I skeined it up, and I just think that this is beautiful. Look at all those beautiful colors. It is so pretty. So I just wanted to pop on and show you guys the finished result. And I know that when Owen gets home from school, he is going to want to pop on here because he wanted to make sure that I did not finish this video without him. So I'm gonna have Owen say hi and talk to you guys about our experience snow dyeing this yarn and what he is hoping Mommy is going to make for him out of this. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, ready? Hi, Owen. What do we have? Oh, no.
That's okay.
That's okay. What do we have here?
My yarn that I just dropped on the ground.
Whoops. How did we make this yarn? Can
You remember?
I remember, yeah, that's right, I was there.
We were dyeing the yarn.
How did we do it? What did we use? Do you remember?
Coca-Cola.
Not Coca-Cola, although that's a fancy idea. Kool Aid?
Yeah.
And what did we put on top of the yarn? Back up a little bit.
Snow.
Yeah, snow. And then did we put the Kool Aid on top of the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was saying
And then-
like stop dropping it into the snow. Like the
Can you
top
hold
of
it up so that we can see it in the camera? There we go. What do you think of the color that we got?
We got pink and yellowish.
It's
Pink
kind
and
of a lot of different shades of pink,
Pink
huh?
and yellow.
Yeah. What do you think? Is it beautiful?
Yeah.
Do you like
Bye-bye.
it? Hold on, we're not done.
Yes, I like it. I
Do
like
you
it.
think that Mommy should make something for Mommy out of it or something for Owen?
Bunny and mouse.
Oh, you want something for Bunny and Mouse?
Like a hippopotamus.
All right, so I should make this into a
A friend.
hippopotamus?
A friend for Bunny
A
and
friend for Bunny and Mouse. You're getting so close and I'm stuck in this now. Okay, so
I'm getting
wait,
lost.
back up 1 second. All right, so we should turn this into a hippopotamus?
Yay!
All right, and you say bye and if you like this video and all that stuff?
Mhm.
Okay,
Bye. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button to show.
and
Give a thumbs up.
turn on your
And turn on your
notifications
notifications.
so you never miss.
Any of our videos. How to
Perfect.
dye yarn.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
So was this a fun experiment?
Yeah, this was a pretty good experiment.
Do you recommend snow dyeing yarn?
Dun, dun.
Do you think other kids should dye yarn with Kool Aid and
Look
snow?
at this. Yeah, try that at home.
All right. Bye everybody.
Or out in your garden if it's not snowy.
Oh, well, if it's not snowy, how are we going to snow dye yarn?
First, we have to bring the snow into the house.
Oh, okay. Can you say bye?
Bye.